Hi, everyone. This is the cast shadow test video tutorial. So I just want to show you how to do it. I know I have written instructions for you, but just in case you need some extra help, here's a little video for you. Okay, so you need to go to Google Classroom and download your 3 images. You have a Monster 1 image that looks like this, a Monster 2 that looks like that, a sidewalk that looks like that, and then we're going to put them all together in this picture here, and it's going to end up looking like this. So basically, this is just a test just to make sure that I know that you know how to make a cast shadow, since you will need to have this for your Frankenstein's monster project. It's one of the main requirements for you, so I thought it would be best if we practice here first. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is just go and cut out the white background out of your monster. So the easiest thing for us to do is on white. So we could just take the magic wand and hit the white, or we could just go select subject. Okay, and it did a pretty good job. It doesn't have the balloon or this white area here. So let's go select and mask. Okay, and then once we go here, remember we have all these choices up here. So right now we're in the marching ants. If I go to overlay, or even if I go to black and white, that's what it looks like so far. If I go to overlay, we can take the refine edge brush tool. So refine edge right here. I'm on the plus sign, so I'm just going to come over here and put it wherever I see any white. And it should start taking that away. Come down here, get the shoes. Okay, and then right here. Okay, and then, and then don't forget the balloon string. Okay, now when I get the balloons string, if I come here to black and white, I notice that it starts taking away some of this. So I want to zoom in, and then I want to show you, get your minus brush, and then you can bring some of that back that you just lost a little bit of that, so we can make that a little bit better. And I'm just trying to get rid of that gray. Okay, let's see what we have now. Let's see if I do overlay. Oh, there's a little bit of white up there. So I go get the plus. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so now the easiest thing for me to have you do is just to hit OK. And then here we are. If we do Command J, it cuts it out, puts it on its own layer. You're going to take your move tool and you're going to move her up into your sidewalk picture and then drop her in. Okay, and then she's going to be right there. Oh, by the way, I did not have you put a feather on this because when we put a feather on it, we lose our balloon string. But you should definitely put feathers on all your selections when you cut them out. Okay, so I'm going to do Command T and shrink that down. So I'm going to make her smaller in the back. Something like that. Okay, and then now we need to go to the other monster and cut him out. Same thing. We're going to go select subject. Okay, and then select and mask again. And then you're going to come over here. Let's see what overlay looks like. Or let's see what black and white looks like. It looks pretty good, except for the cane is not selected. So when there's a little white patch here. So I'm going to get my refine brush, get the plus sign, just put it over that white, and then make my brush a little bigger. Come down here and get my cane. Okay, and then if I come here, look at the marching ants. There it is. Like I said, I'm not putting a feather on it because when I do, I lose my cane and I just lost it again. So let me do it again. For some reason, it constantly does that for me. Okay. Maybe I should just say, let's see if I say okay, let's see what happens. Okay, and then I'm going to do Command J. Hopefully the cane is there. Yep, okay, good. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Take him, bring him up to the sidewalk, and place him here. And he's quite large, so I'm going to bring him down some. I want him in front of the other monster, and because he's in front, we know that he's bigger, because we learned in space that if we do space, I'm not happy with that little white area there. Let me get my little eraser and just sort of get rid of that. So we learned that as objects go back into the picture, they get smaller in scale. So we know that this monster here is going to be smaller. Okay. And let's see, we need to move him over. We're going to put her, you want to be able to see her, and then he's going to be here in the front. Okay, so now you should have your cast shadow instructions in front of you. So basically, we're just going to follow the instructions, and the instructions say to duplicate your monster layer. So we're going to Command J. Okay, on this duplicated layer here, we're going to do Command Thumbnail. And then we're going to make sure we have black as our foreground. We're going to go to our gradient. And you have these 3 basic gradients. So get the black and white one, hit OK. Make sure you have linear selected. What we're going to do, we're going to start around the ankles. Hold down your shift key, draw all the way up. And you're going to have black going into gray, going into lighter gray. Okay, after you have that, Command D, you're going to then go Edit, Transform, and Distort. You're going to take this top handle and start moving it down. And as you start moving it down, let's see. Now you notice he looks like he's tilted. So I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Okay, pull this side up a little bit and straighten him out a little bit. And pull this down, pull that up. Okay, and then I'm going to stretch it out a little bit by just doing something like that. And you could even take it in like that. Okay, and you want the feet to match up. Okay, something like that. And if your feet are not matching up, okay, if they're like not able to touch, well, basically let's bring that down one. If your feet are not touching, then you need to go Edit, Transform, and Distort. And you need to be able to just pull that down so that they're touching. Okay, and that looks good. Hit your check mark. Okay, I could do the canes like that. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to go and put a Gaussian blur on this. So I'm going to go, well, first, you know what? First thing we need to do is go to our blend mode and make it multiply. When you make it multiply and you can see, if I zoom in, you should be able to see the texture of the sidewalk through your shadow. Okay, so multiply makes it look really realistic. And then what we're going to do is filter and blur and Gaussian blur. Do something like around 10, which is good. Okay, and then the very last thing, come over to your opacity and bring it down to about 80%, which looks perfect like that. Okay, so that one's done. And then you need to select both of them and right click and link layers. That way I can move him around where I want and he can go something like that. Move him there. Okay, so now the other monster, you're going to do, so what we just did here, you're going to do with this female monster. Okay, so just make sure you have room to do her shadow. It might land like somewhere over here, which is fine. Okay, so I'm not going to show you how to do that one. I want to see if you can do that one by yourself. Okay, but it should end up looking something like that. The cast shadows should both be in the same direction, pretty much at the same angle. Okay, so that's it for now. And then this is what you will then be doing when you do your Frankenstein monster project. You will be putting a shadow on that when you do that yourself. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. See you soon.